Welcome to the New Game Plus expansion pack. My name's Dustin,
My name is Kenny.
Nolan.
and this is our Patreon exclusive episode where you get to be a part of the conversation. If you support NGP on Patreon at any level, you can join in on the live recording in our stage channel in Discord. And feel free to chat with us, share your opinions. We'll do our best to interact with you. However, if you are one of our partners on Patreon and support us at the $10 level or more, you're always invited to join in on the conversation and share your hot take or tell us where we were wrong or right. Simply raise your hand, request to speak. We'll pull you up onto the stage with us and you can share your piece. And as always, our partners, producers, and directors pick the topic for us to discuss each and every expansion pack episode. This one was slightly different because we didn't request again because we wanted to get one off at the start of the year and felt like we didn't have time. Secondly, we kind of planned already last year that the second most voted on topic on the last poll would be the one that we talk about this time because it was pretty
Yeah.
highly rated.
It was highly rated, and this one's different because there's props.
I mean, sort of.
What are
Not-
the props?
I'm
Did
going to
you-
actually say
Audio.
there's not.
Oh, I thought you brought an ocarina.
How do you know my songs from
Ooh.
that game?
Should I grab mine?
Our
You have
topic
one?
today, as you might be able to guess, not only by what we're talking about, but the title of this expansion pack episode
I have to go
is
dig it up.
Outstanding Video Game Songs.
Now,
And we're
define
going to
outstanding
actually-
for me really quick.
Standing out.
From the rest?
Yes, in
From-
your
from
mind.
the
Mm.
pack.
Okay. All right. Then I chose correctly.
We're actually going to share tracks, so we'll all listen to
Yeah.
them together. We'll get giddy, or what? Hopefully, some of us are not going to have the same opinion as others. Although we can just have a friendly night. That's fine too.
We can sing Kumbaya. That could be a song.
In
Uh,
a video game?
It's
do
probably
I
in a video game.
listen? I'll go first, but the problem is twofold.
What is the first fold of it?
The first fold is that it's going to be the best song that's played tonight, so it's kind of odd starting first because then we just go downhill from there.
What a stupid thing to say. What's the second fold?
The second fold is that it's going to be obvious from me.
Oh, that's okay. Mine's super. One of mine is super obvious.
I think that if we have a what's it called when it doesn't make your list but it's like an honorable mention? That's what
You
it
just
is,
said it.
honorable mention. I think we reserve those for this conversation. Like, don't share
Okay.
those immediately because
Mm-hmm.
I would
Yeah.
imagine some other people might have it. So I'm going to and here I'm starting. When you have a conversation about outstanding video game music, there's one human that has to be brought up in the conversation and all of his masterful works. So
Kondo?
look, I'm not going to surprise anyone with my picks here, but Nobuo Uematsu is the single best video game soundtrack composer of all time. And there are so many of his pieces that are would work for us. I want to share two because, and there's a purpose behind this. The first one that I'm sharing, I'm dropping it in this expansion chat so that you can get it ready, Kenny. It is called "The Boundless Ocean" from Final Fantasy III. This is indicative of the earliest works. This is 1990 when this game came out. So think about what he actually had to work with in 89, in 88 when they were actually producing this track, and listen to the depth. There's no other NES game that does it quite like this. Listen to what he was able to do
Okay.
with the limited resources he had.
Kenny, are you ready? Because I have something else to say if you're not. I'm gonna go to sleep.
In a good way.
Sure, but I'm gonna go to sleep.
1989, 1990. That's when
That's
this guy
wild.
is creating this with the most limited hardware available.
It is wild. That wasn't obvious, I don't think. I
Well,
did
because-
not expect 3.
No.
Yeah. This
I
was
was
a surprise pick from you for me as well.
I hope you were paying attention to my setup
I wasn't.
because that well, then what are we doing here?
I don't know.
That was my setup to my actual. I wanted to give
I
wanted to
see,
give
I see.
context
Wait,
for
this isn't your real song?
my real song has just been submitted, and
You
It
said we were
is-
saving honorable mentions.
right, I have not done my
He
honorable
cheated his
mentions.
own rule.
You're putting so many bonus songs
I
in.
gave the context to show what he was doing in 1990 to say, now listen to what he did many years later when he had the capabilities to go all out. This is To Xanarkand, same composer, Final Fantasy X. Cry, Nolan.
No, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Quit saying that. It's magical.
That whole soundtrack is nuts.
He's got a real thing for arpeggios.
He's very orchestral. Keep it playing. My wife and I, we went to Rome in different parts of Italy just recently, and we were in a cathedral, and where a live organist, I guess that's what they're
Crazy.
called, was playing, and it sounded like they were playing Final Fantasy music. And they weren't, but I was actually like impressed in that moment. I was like, Uematsu had to have been inspired by these like medieval-esque organ
Yeah.
tracks that were played in kind of religious settings like this during that time.
Absolutely, because that's also the tone of the worlds in Final Fantasy, and so I'm sure they like described the game to him, and that's where his mind went. And yeah, it's pretty crazy the way that theme specifically like comes back up in the game. It's like into the story. It's really good.
Yeah. So many Final Fantasy tracks could be here. I thought of the Final Fantasy VII overworld that does something to me, but I honestly think probably the greatest, or at least argue for the top 3 greatest songs of Final Fantasy, and one of the greatest tracks of all time is To Xanarkand, Final Fantasy X, and that is my actual submission. I
pretty
had to provide
strong.
context.
You had to
All
have
right.
the preamble. It makes sense.
DJ Kenny over there so focused
He's
on
doing
playing
great.
tracks.
Yeah,
He's quick.
I'm
He's great. You did see
I-
Kenny. When you play the track at the beginning, do bring it up just a little bit more so that we can all hear.
yeah,
But
I'll
that's
keep
the
it a
only
little
note
louder
there.
while we're like focusing on just that song.
I do have to share something that made me think of tonight. I saw it earlier. It was like some DJ, and it was like what I do when someone hands or like tries to get a request from me during the club, and they like put on their phone the song name, and he grabs the phone and then he goes into their settings and changes it to Chinese. And that's Kenny.
So I guess
Okay.
that's tangentially related to what we're doing.
Yeah,
right now.
kind of. Okay, I will go next, and I will link it to you, Kenny. It's right here. This one is also predictable,
Obvious.
but that's okay. So since we're talking composers, just to start this one off or to preface this one, Koji Kondo is the second person that comes to mind when you're talking about like the GOAT, the best of all time. I think the two of them have like those are like S tier composers for video game, and like everyone else doesn't matter. I mean, that's not true, but Koji Kondo did all of Ocarina of Time, and this song specifically is the first one you hear when you open the game, and it's playing as Link is on Epona, galloping across Hyrule, and it is just the best opener to any game that I know. So, play it. Yeah, so Garlow just reminded me Cadence of Hyrule did a version of this because that game's like a rhythm game. It's a mashup of a different game, and it's really, really good.
Preparing for tonight, I asked my wife what some of her favorite video game songs were.
And she said, "Stop talking to me."
Yeah, and she was like, "I don't care about video games." No, and one of her 3 answers, Nolan, is this song.
This song?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm impressed. I thought she would have
It
said
is-
Breath of the Wild or something like that, which also has good music.
So
It does. Yeah, Breath of the Wild, honestly, and I've said this many times privately to Nolan and Kenny, and maybe publicly on the podcast as well. But I think the sound design, just overall, of Breath of the Wild was probably the best thing it had going for it. But this song is good. I'm glad it is that good because you're looking at some pretty scuffed polygons in the opening scenes. But it is the music is.
You want me? Wow.
I mean, they were great. Great is strong. They were lovely graphics for the time. That
Final Fantasy VII's polygons are way worse.
Yeah, they are.
That's actually that's true.
I mean,
They're
yeah,
way
both
worse.
both have problems. Kenny Gringe asked, "What are your wife's other 2?" You said,
I'm gonna wait, and if other people say them throughout the night, I'll give
Nice.
shout outs. I would not be surprised if before the end of the night all 3 of her picks got mentioned.
Ooh, that would be
But
fun.
I'll make sure to tease you guys.
Nolan, here's the thing about our picks. I am not, and it doesn't look like anyone in chat is giving us grievances over it either, because I try on questions that I bring before you guys, like on the question of the week and stuff like that, I try my best to not answer Final Fantasy.
I know.
But if we're talking about music, Final Fantasy and Zelda have to be in the conversation. Sorry, like
They have
it's
to
not our
start the
fault.
conversation because
No,
here's the.
it's-
I agree
it's
with
true.
you. I try that too because, but you
I can
can't.
answer.
But you can, and I don't think anyone could because that's how good they are. They've lasted this long. People know about them, and I pick them over everything else that's good, but it's not Kondo good.
Let's try to guess along with Shane. Shane said, "I wonder how Kenny will break this question." So, like, Nolan, in what, like, actually try to get there. I know you can't get in Kenny's mind. What is he about to share with us? It's not a song, right?
It's first of all, it's not going to be a song. It's going to be like a collection of noises, maybe from like I don't know, the Game & Watch system or something like random like that.
It's gonna be someone blowing into a NES cartridge. That's it.
It's
Got it.
a YouTube.
Wait,
that would
that's the
actually be
perfect-
a great.
That is how he would answer.
You're
That is
right.
what it
That's
would
the
be.
perfect Kenny answer that you just came up with. What is it, Kenny?
That is
Someone-
the sound.
Keek said, "Sound of the F key."
The stroke going down. All right.
I recorded a bunch of couch cushions being sat on and
Whoopee
ASMR
cushion.
of video of controllers being clicked, and we're just calling it a soundtrack. No, you give me a hard time. I did go a slightly different direction than you guys, but not in any kind of way that you will say isn't music. It just this song, and you guys wanted to play a guessing game, so I'll make it a little bit of a guessing game. Is one that Nolan's song opens up a video game. Mine happens much later in a video game. Both of y'all's are very soundtracky songs, backgroundy. I chose a song that is much more sort of standalone song. It's actually got lyrics, vocal, like it's sung. It's not just orchestral. It's one that most of you have heard. Popular enough song to make an appearance in the Rock Band video game franchise.
Yeah.
Popular enough song to make its way into a series of live performances of sort of best of video game, musics at different places. And well, we'll just get right to it. You'll probably be familiar. I appreciate this one not just for the song itself, which is good musically, but really more for what it does in terms of storytelling. So I'll pretend I'm Dustin for the day and just be like, story. This song is
Why does he hate stories so
humorous
much?
and pretty much all of chat has nailed it because
Really?
I gave good clues apparently.
Okay, yeah, I guess you
Listen
did.
to this absolute banger that gave me feels like no other song has ever given me feels. Y'all know it.
This was a triumph.
Oh,
I'm making a note here. Huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over
That's so good, like musically too.
Why did this make you feel things?
yeah. First
That's
of
what
all,
I'm saying.
so first of all, can I drag you for this or no?
He's not bringing the music down because he wants
I know,
to
it's
listen
crazy.
to
No,
it.
I wanted,
turning
I
it
wanted
up,
to
actually.
listen to the whole song. Yeah,
Well-
I've got it playing in the background a little bit.
It's sung by AI. Good point, Gringe. We don't support that. Firstly, second of all, the song's not good.
The song is great.
It's just
know
it's
it.
just funny. Like he just likes it because the character behind the song.
I
No,
do
it's
wonder.
absolutely humorous, but it's also well performed. The style of the music is what the song is trying to convey.
Okay,
It's not
maybe
like
I'm
they
wrong.
did it
Everyone's
poorly.
saying I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I will
you're
say,
smoking
it
something here.
it was great because I didn't know that was coming the first time I played it. So like it was a shock to
Same.
me,
Yeah.
and it was so right and fun.
And it's so
great.
good for the story too. You have this big deep emotional thing. You feel like you've won, and then A, your enemy's not
It's
dead.
a whiplash.
B, she's like taunting you but humorously with these great lines. It's so sarcastic, but it also has so much emotion, and it's just, man, one of the more memorable first listen to songs that I have in any of my gaming experience.
I'll give you that. It's certainly memorable.
Harold said it's a song that is more than just the notes that are played. It's something that truly elevates the
Stop
story.
it.
Absolutely.
Stop.
Which is
it.
something that both mine and Nolan's submissions did as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's a Kenny pick. Turn it down.
Turn that garbage down. It's not garbage. Sorry. Turn that down. Okay, I
this is the
actually don't
last
like
time
him
you're
in
gonna be a DJ.
control. Yeah, I don't.
Right.
We should have revoked
I
his
love
access.
that idea.
I love getting to be the boss.
All right. All right. Those are our submissions. I would imagine that each of us have more songs that we would like to
Yeah,
talk
I got
about.
one more, but we'll save it.
Mine's for sure going to be selected. If not, it's because everyone thought someone else was going to select it.
Mine for sure
Um,
won't be. I'll tell you that. That'll be a little
ooh,
teaser. For
interesting.
sure, it
Ooh,
won't be.
It's from
interesting.
Resident Evil.
No. Wrong.
We'd love to hear yours at this point in time. So if you are a partner or above on Patreon, you can go and become one right now if you'd like to. Then you can raise your hand. We'll pull you up on stage. Ooh, the rush. Dagony,
Drop the
we are
link.
inviting you up here. And then drop the link and
oh, wow, we've got
make
some
your pitch.
hands raised.
Dagony, you are live, and yes, we can hear you. Drop your link and tell us why you are selecting this song as your outstanding video game song.
All right. Well, I'm putting it in the chat, right?
Perfect,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
And then DJ, by the way, we do need a DJ, Kenny's DJ name.
Oh,
so
yeah,
drop
let me
that in the
think
chat
about
as
that.
well.
Yeah, drop suggestions in chat. I'll think about them. I'll run them by my people.
So Yasunori Mitsuda did all of Chrono Trigger, and that was
Genius.
one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. But I couldn't pick a song from that because they were all I just didn't know which one to pick. So I'm like, wow, I love Chrono Cross, and that opening in Chrono Cross, The Scars of Time, it starts so slow, and then it just hits with the video going on. It is just phenomenal. It is possibly one of my favorite games and one of my favorite songs of any RPG. And don't get me wrong, yes, Dustin, Final Fantasy VII is one of it's in my top 5 as well. But dude, Mitsuda just hit every like no, Chrono Trigger. I literally have it on my Spotify playlist on my liked songs. I work out to some of them. That's crazy, but yeah, I don't know what do you guys think about that one?
Love you. We will love it. We will tell you. I love you
Love
and
you
love
too,
it. We'll tell
Doug.
you after we listen to it again. I love me some Chrono Cross. So thank you for your
Yeah.
submission, and let's take a listen.
Yeah, here it is.
You hear that bass?
I mean, it's remarkable, honestly.
This
It's-
makes me want to go play that game again because I've played Chrono
Yeah.
Trigger many times. I've only played Chrono Cross once, and that alone would bring me back to the game. That's insane.
Yeah, here's the thing that confuses me about this pick.
Ooh.
Oh, I know, we-
Sorry, just hold on, y'all. Just
Yeah. The switch up. Oh,
That's
come
so
on. That's
good.
sick.
it's so good.
That
The
is
kids
sick.
would say
it's
gas.
insane. Yeah,
They would in
Um,
2024.
it's so good. Here's what confuses me. I started to tease you that Dagony was confused about which song from Chrono Trigger to pick because it's really obvious that the song that the robot sings when you first meet him is
good
the
one.
best part of that whole game.
Wow, memory.
That
Regardless, it's not really. It just makes me super happy.
you could pick any of
Um,
the songs from Chrono Trigger and
Yeah.
you'd be a winner.
But I'm glad you picked
This-
one from Chrono Cross.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
called Scars of Time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, this
It's great.
is Scars of Time. Beautiful, beautiful track. Great suggestion. A little bit unrelated, but since we are talking about music, and sometimes people get excited when we drop lore, a little bit of life insights. Later this month, I'm gonna go see Hans Zimmer on tour live.
We're just finding out about this. His
Yep,
best friends,
guys,
by the way.
His
Yeah, I'm
friends,
telling you guys.
his friends that he hangs out with regularly and talks to almost
crazy.
daily. We're finding this out right now with you guys.
Wait, yeah, no. When he says I've got Kenny lore to share with y'all, we're also finding that
Here
out
y'all.
for the first time.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's my Christmas present.
That'll be
I think
fun.
I think we've done this before. Let's go around. We're talking about music. What instrument do you know how to play best, Kenny?
Best.
You know how to play a
yeah.
lot, don't you?
I don't know. I know how to play a lot of things, but none of them well.
That's not true.
But one is
Um,
better than the other.
They're all pretty bad. Maybe
It's the hollow percussive thing.
Oh yeah.
you think just drums?
No.
No, the
You
hollow
think
percussive
guitar?
thing.
Yeah, the
The
acoustic
hollow
guitar.
percussive. I'm not a good acoustic guitar player. It's what I play the most, but I'm probably a
Drums.
better drummer even than a percussion.
Okay.
I might even. Well, no, I don't know. I'm a little bit of everythingist, but I'm poor. I played saxophone in high school.
Kenny's the
Lore.
guy that the jazz band calls like, "Hey, we need somebody on fill in the blank," and they call Kenny to be that guy.
And I just make it up because I don't
Yeah.
actually know the music.
You're like, "Yeah, I
Nolan?
can do it." Guitar.
Yours.
Guitar.
Yeah. And for Nolan, that's real.
And then for me, bass guitar. I guess I haven't
Bass,
played instruments in a
absolutely.
long time.
Yeah.
Sad. All right.
I think
Let's bring in
Tins was
Who's up next?
Tins. Yeah, I've got. I mean, keep your hands lifted. I'm still looking
Them
at the
lifted.
list. So
Like
I
in
can
school,
bring you
and
in.
you do one of these.
Everybody-
You prop it up with the other hand.
Yeah.
Tins, drop your link. You are on the stage, and as soon as you are, we will be able to hear you. Well, you'll have to unmute your mic, but once you unmute
Once
your
you
mic
do it in
and drop your
3,
link,
In 2, in 1, and 0, and you've unmuted your mic. See, I did that
Nice.
perfectly.
Sorry, guys, I'm jumping back and forth from my phone to the PC.
It's all
I haven't got my mic set up, so yeah.
All good.
No
Uh,
problem. We hear you.
Good deal. So I got a good one for you guys. And this one's kind of It's fitting for me to submit this one because, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and say the game. It's from Super Metroid, and
Okay.
it's the overgrown Brinstar area. As soon as you
Mhm.
drop down into Brinstar, yeah, that track is just. Let me go ahead and let me post it here.
I like where this is going.
Uh,
Tens.
Yeah, man, like that song just does something to my brain. Like it's kind of dangerous because if I'm playing that game and I make it that far and I hear that song, I can't put the game down.
Just
It
hooks
just
you.
draws me. It just draws
You
me
can't-
right in.
You got to be careful saying stuff like that because if your enemies ever hear that, now they have a way of distracting you
Did
effectively.
you say what?
Oftentimes when games are redone, the reason why I'm thinking about this is because of the somewhat recent Metroid game we played that was a remake
Sure.
of
Oh.
it was a remake of the original, wasn't
The
it?
original, yeah.
But it
Yeah,
still just made me think
Zero
of this
Mission.
that oftentimes, like for example, the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters. I'm actually listening through the remastered,
Mhm.
re-recorded versions of the songs this time. But I prefer the more classic chip tunes of the originals. And so with Super Metroid, I'm sure there's been, I don't know, more melodically orchestrated Metroid songs in newer Metroids, but some of these classics are bangers.
Yeah. I actually found a really good version of this song, but I
Okay.
had to go with just the original just to showcase like just the fact that it does stand out on its own. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
too good.
Well, let's
yeah.
Hit it,
check out
Professor K.
Super Metroid music, Brinstar, The Jungle Floor. Are
There
you
it
kidding me?
is.
That's like
Banger.
slap bass.
You
on the
could
Super
work out
Nintendo.
to that. That's a good one.
You could work out to that. Imagine yourself squatting.
And then on the don you jerk up. And you hyperextend your back.
You're being carried to the hospital right now, but the song's banging in your
Oh
ears.
wow, the nurse is kind of cute. Maybe I'll ask for
She
a number.
starts to
You get knocked out
whisper
with
in
the,
your ear,
with the anesthesia.
but you have dreams
Y'all are
of her.
weird.
I don't know. It's where it took me. That's where that song
Yeah.
takes you. Just kind of carries
Music
you
takes
away.
you places, Kenny.
Yeah. That's a great one. Tens. I love that song. And also, it's such a funky song in that soundtrack. The rest of the soundtrack's kind of like doom and gloom. Like I could die at any moment, and this one's kind of like, all right, we can do this.
Yeah, but it's still got its dark vibes.
It's dark. Yeah.
All right, Shane, we're bringing you up on stage. Your hand's
Shane.
been lifted for a while. Your arm's probably tired. Once you're on stage, we'll be able to hear you. Drop your link and tell us what song you're selecting.
Hello. My song's Unwavering Emotions from Pokemon Black and White. It's just you don't really expect like a sad like song from a Pokemon game generally, and just like where this is placed in the game and how it like makes you feel. It just lives rent free in my head a lot of the time whenever I think of needing a sad song.
All right.
I'll tell you this, Shane. I've never heard it before, as far as I know, because I've never played it before.
You haven't, I don't think. I know this soundtrack because I have played these games, and I think I know which one this is, but we'll see. I might be wrong.
I'm glad we got something from the Pokemon universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
And let's see if we can make Dustin cry.
Thanks, Shane. What?
I have heard this. Wow, he's already crying. That was so fast. I have heard this. I don't remember if there's like a drop or something.
Oh, my Pikachu died.
My Pikachu died. Shut up, dude.
He doesn't die.
Like, shut up. It's good. It's really good. It's one of those songs that
beautiful.
shouldn't be there. Like it's really good, and it just kind of slaps you across the face because the rest of the game is not that.
Levi said, "Oh no, my ash was turned to stone."
What does that even mean?
I know.
My
I know
ash?
the Pokemon
My
story.
Ash, I am the Ash.
Hashtag Mewtwo.
What?
You did not just come up with that, did you?
Hashtag Mewtwo. That's
That's
so
good.
good.
That's good.
But that had to have been used before.
I've never heard it, and I hear everything.
If H Spice just came up with hashtag Mewtwo, they're getting raised. That's really
That's-
good.
Okay.
That's really, really good.
That music's beautiful and
So good. Such a good reminder of how important music is in selling us the emotion of the games that we're trying to experience.
don't try to take us deep. You came in with a Portal joke song for your submission, and now you're trying to say
And
music
it also
moves
gave
people.
me feels
Listen.
in my feel hole.
In your feel hole, first of all, I can't believe you said that. Second of all, don't argue with Professor K. Dustin.
Is that what you're
Yeah.
going with, Professor
I
K?
mean, that's his DJ name.
We have. Well, we didn't decide that
The
formally.
chat did, and I liked it. So
No,
then
we got DJ Booyah, DK Longbeard, DJ Kenny Keys, DJ Kenny of the Lake, Professor K.
boom it just hits different than the rest of them.
DJ Kendo. I like Professor K, but yeah.
Like Professor Oak. Is this
Let's go Professor
Pikachu kid?
K.
Oh, he did turn to stone. Wait, this is an anime plotline?
Oh,
And that's where the music
Goodness
plays.
gracious. The Pokemon universe is wild. Who was next?
All right. I accidentally scrolled back down and started shuffling cards. Up next is Miss Muso. Oh, from Australia, right?
Mm,
No?
I don't know.
Miss
don't
Muso,
remember.
you're on the stage, and
New
we
Zealand.
can hear you as soon as you. Ooh, if it's New Zealand, she probably thinks I'm very insensitive.
No, I can tell by the accent.
Oh no. No, you're right. It is Australia.
I was
that's what I was gonna
right, and
say.
I've got a great memory. That's not what you were gonna say.
I was
You
going to say
said
based
New
on the
Zealand.
accent.
Miss Muso, what time is it where you are right now?
It's 1:45 in the afternoon. So
Wow.
it's a beautiful sunny day, a summer afternoon. I don't know what 30 degrees Celsius means to you, but that's what
Nothing.
it is at the moment. It's beautiful.
It's 30
Nothing.
degrees.
Summer. We're middle of summer.
Fahrenheit here.
Don't you add 180 degrees, and that's what it is. in
180.
Fahrenheit?
You think that?
That's not how you do the conversion.
Okay.
Well, it's so good to hear from you again. What is your song? And drop the link.
Okay, I'm dropping one of the best soundtracks. I had 3, and I've just mentioned the other 2 quickly because the Me channel theme deserves a mention. It's fantastic.
So
It makes me
good.
laugh every time. The other one,
Absolutely.
the other one is the Temple of Light theme from Fable, the original Fable game. And it's a really
Sleeper hit.
like it's a very, very like it's sad, it's poignant, it's really wonderful. But this one is from one of the best games of all
Oh my
time,
gosh, yes.
Skyrim.
Oh my
Skyrim,
gosh.
Far Horizons by Jeremy Soule. The opening French horn, it's just incredible.
Oh yeah, aren't you a musician?
That's right.
She knows her stuff.
I remember that too. I was going to say that.
All right, thank you. It's so good to hear from you again. We'll check out this track from Skyrim.
Jeremy Soule
Let's
Goat.
enjoy together.
Oh. I can't let my wife hear that song playing, or she'll make us re-download the game and start playing it again.
There's nothing wrong with that, first of all. Second, I had a thought listening to that, and this is probably true for a lot of games, but for Skyrim in particular, that game would be way worse without that soundtrack. Like, that's that song right there, and then there's one other, like, really, I forget the name of it, but the main one that it's like the overworld one makes that game for me. It's so good. Secunda,
And
yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. Jukinator.
Secunda what?
Secundi.
you hear songs like this, and it confuses me that it was literally only 2 years ago, I guess 3 years ago now, we're in 2025, that they started giving Grammy Awards for video game music.
Yeah.
Took too long. It's about time.
Also depressing. Someone
Yeah.
just pointed out that
Yes.
Skyrim is eligible for the podcast, the 15 years old or older next year.
No, that
Which
makes
is-
me so sad and feel old. But I also
I want to play it.
I need the
Which-
excuse to actually.
What
beat
do you
the game.
mean you want to play it, Nolan? I was over at Nolan's house for New Year's, and one of the only games he boots up on his PlayStation 5 is Skyrim.
PS5, and I boot up Skyrim, and I
He's
start
playing
killing everybody.
Skyrim.
It was a
He
kill
would.
everybody run, and it was great. And everyone should play that game. Never stop playing that game until 6
Never stop stopping.
never comes out.
Thank you for your submission. That is one of the greatest songs on video games of all time. I mean, that is epic. Harold, you're coming onto the stage.
Harold.
Share your link, share your track title, and tell us why it's your pick for outstanding video game song.
All right. Let's see. Obviously, pick the Final Fantasy song because it's
Obviously.
a franchise that made me fall in love with music even more than I already do. It was a hard time picking a song, so I picked one that really stands out because of the theme. And I picked one from Final Fantasy VIII because I don't think that game gets enough love because of its strange systems.
It actually gets a lot of
And the
hate.
Yeah, it's not a popular one.
I'm not familiar with that soundtrack whatsoever, so I'm actually really
If
excited.
it's the song I'm thinking, you might be familiar with it, because if it's the opening song with that cutscene, which is epic. But I
It
don't-
was on my list.
Okay.
And Bill actually asked in chat earlier if
Ah.
someone picked that song. I hope someone does because it's amazing. No, I picked the battle theme, but it's a
sick.
it's a very specific reason I picked it. It stands out because it's one of the only songs I've ever seen any video game music that has an odd time signature of 5/4, which means almost all songs go 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. This one adds a fifth note to each bar, and Nobuo Uematsu does it perfectly. Almost hiding the fact, camouflaging it behind percussion use, behind the sweeping melodies. Even the triangle has an important part in it, and these are things I noticed because I'm a percussionist myself, so I have a soft spot for that.
Yeah. Same
But I
in
want to
middle school.
challenge everybody listening to it to really look for those small things like triangles, snare drums, timpanis, and notice how they enhance the definition of every note. I
Wow.
specifically picked the orchestral version, if that's okay. I also
Yeah,
have
sure.
a link up for the original version, if you guys prefer that one.
No,
that
let's.
that works great. Let's enjoy it together.
It's a complex one. But I only know that because Harold said that it was.
No,
No,
I mean, you listen to that for a minute, and it's no shock to me that is a percussionist's favorite song.
Right.
I mean,
It's so good.
that composer, guys, I don't know
He's a
what
genius.
he's on. There's something wrong with
He
him.
different.
I also love this song and a lot of the other ones is because, and I'd have to really dig down into it, but the way that it calls out to previous Final Fantasy tracks, like there is a theme on
Sure.
many tracks, callbacks, and they use those tracks and they morph them into something new, but still that points back to a track from Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy III or whatever the case might be. And this is another one. It's got some I don't know, some remembrances
Yeah.
of some battle tracks from other Final Fantasy games, and that's just super, super cool.
And not easy to do.
Yeah, not easy to do either. Thank you for your submission, Harold. I am always welcoming another Final Fantasy.
I bet there will be
even
another one from Final Fantasy.
Even if it's Final Fantasy VIII. All right.
Wow.
Next up,
Shade.
hand lifted high, Honor Spice 007. You are joining us on stage now. What is your song title? And if you could drop your link in chat.
You can hear me all right?
Yes, we can.
Now I'm torn because my first pick was definitely from a Final Fantasy game. I guess I'll just stick with it because
Nothing wrong with that.
Not do it. For me, I love it when a game composer can do music for a character. You look at Chrono Trigger, every character has his theme, and they all fit the character. So with this particular song from Final Fantasy VI, I let my wife listen to it before I came on. She knowing nothing about who it was about or who it was, and she was able to guess more or less the character's drive, the theme, just from the music, and I think that's a beautiful thing when
Wow.
it can push you and can. So I'll just go ahead and drop it. So this is Celis's theme
Oh,
from
Yes.
Final Fantasy VI.
Told you it wouldn't be the last FF.
Shout out to your wife and shout out to another Final Fantasy song. Oh, this is 3 Final Fantasy songs so far. Celis's theme from Final Fantasy VI. It's a banger. Thanks, H Spice. It's kind of tragic.
It is. I mean, and on the SNES too. Like what? How?
I'm pretty sure there are lyrics to this song that she even sings in the game. I mean, it doesn't come through. It's just the
Sure,
words
it's
on the
just
screen.
the text or whatever. Yeah.
But I do think in the Pixel remaster that they do have words, if I'm remembering correctly,
The opera
which
scene,
is
yeah.
that kills
Fun.
it though. No, I mean yes, fun, but Kinda.
You
That
don't
one's
think
so
it's
good.
as effective?
I don't think it's as effective. But again, it's because I remember those moments without the sung lyrics from
Yeah.
the opera scene. So
the
good.
topic was not best soundtrack or best music from a video game series, but I'm seeing a theme that if it was going to be that, I think everyone would have chosen Final Fantasy and they'd be correct.
Beautiful
They're
song.
contenders.
Thank you very much. We're going to keep going through the list. If you've got your hand lifted, just keep it lifted. We'll go to the next in line. Jukinator is up next. Jukinator, welcome to the stage. Yes, we can hear you. And drop in your link and tell us what song you selected.
Fantastic. Give me once.
Nope. Nope. Now or never.
Okay, yeah. No, it's a Pokemon song.
Yay.
More Pokemon love.
It's something that I used to play on my Game Boy and go to sleep to actually.
Oh,
Just
that's
have it
really
on
cool.
loop.
That's
It's kind of like
great.
romantic and melancholy. The
It's
newer version is better.
It's
It's
a
not
battle
quite.
theme.
No, it's a slower one.
The battle music. He's like, I gotta get to sleep.
So the newer one's better, but the original is what got me. I'll post the original though, the new one because it comes through better. So,
Hard
I hope you enjoy
Gold.
it.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you
I don't
you
know this
listened
one
to the,
either.
to the gold version though?
Yeah, I would originally. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I mean, I still do. I prefer the original, but I think the new one comes through better.
Okay.
Well, everybody, close your eyes. Imagine you've got this on loop on your GBA?
Game Boy Color.
Ah, dang it! On your Game Boy Color next to your
Or
bed.
DS
and,
on this one in this case.
your DS. Wow, we'll get it. And you're falling asleep listening to this track.
Yeah, don't accidentally fall asleep on us.
Why?
Oh yeah. I wish I could remember what the original one sounded like. 'Cause
I'm just looking at a GIF of a Pikachu and I don't even know that Pokemon being sad behind it.
You could probably guess its name.
Bubble.
Correct.
Correct.
Bubble Walrus is what I'm
Bubble
going with.
Walrus is his name.
Yeah, it's beautiful, although it does have a strong start that would maybe jolt me out of a restful sleep.
Oh, with the keys being kind of sharp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Bubble
Is this
Walrus
the same
song.
song?
It's the same song, yeah.
I'm waking up now.
This is the test to see if you've gotten to sleep at this point.
Yeah, there's no way I'm sleeping through that.
Yeah, Miss
This
Muso
is the
said
dream initiator.
Bubble Walrusmon is that Pokemon's name.
Bubble Walrusmon. It is not, though.
Look it up. Look it up on Bulbapedia.
I'll trust Miss Muso. She's the Pokemon champion. All right, thank you for your submission. I'm bringing Levi on. I feel like Levi's already been on here with us, but Levi, I am welcoming you up onto the stage. Share your link, share your song, and tell us why it's your outstanding pick. And yes, we can hear. We can't unless you start talking. Then we can. Levi. The one time we can't hear you.
Who was next?
We're kicking Levi right now?
Yeah, he's not talking.
All right,
Levi's
Levi, we
favorite
can't
song.
hear you, but we will
Professor
listen
Cates
to your
just
Top
came
Gear
from
song.
Donkey
All right.
Kong 64.
Wait, no, Top
He gave
Gear.
us Levi dropped a
Oh,
track.
he gave us.
Yeah,
a
we
link.
got-
Just make
Sorry,
up one.
I
We've got
dropped
top-
to our default music.
Top Gear Track 3 is this one. Probably from NES. Yeah.
Top Gear 3. That sounds NES.
And 1992. Ooh. Wah, 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 wah.
The whole thing. Is this a
That's another
not
lifting
real?
one. No, I think that's a real submission.
Levi doesn't like it.
Yeah, he does.
No, it's wow, 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 wow.
I can get behind it. Yeah.
Listen, some people give us "I Fall Asleep to It" songs, and some people give us
Wake Up
I
Now
put it on before
or
going
else.
to battle, or an interview, or while I'm working out. You know, there's hype songs too.
You don't have to keep this one in the background if you don't want to.
Oh, you
It was
Levi
real.
said-
My heart is broken and my ash is dead.
Get your Ash into gear. You're saying Top Gear 3. Why are you saying Top Gear 3?
I was saying
Just
Top
'cause
Gear
it's
Track 3.
There we go. Top Gear
They
Track.
didn't have
3.
titles back then. They just had numbers. This is the blah blah song.
Wow, wow. All right. Thank you for that submission. Maybe. We're going to
Maybe.
go to the next person in line, which I believe. Have I gone back far enough? I think it might be Clint. Let me make sure I'm not missing. Nope, it's not. It's Gringe. Gringe has been waiting
Gringe.
patiently. I think it's Gringe. Yep, it is Gringe. Gringe, you're on the stage, and if your mic's working, we can hear you.
I guess.
Hi, good morning, guys. Thanks for
Good
pulling me
morning.
in. I had 3 picks, and I think 2 of them have already been played.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
Then it was good. You came with
100%.
backups.
yeah, 100% on the Still Alive. And Kenny, I was wondering what you think of the second Portal song.
Oh,
But
all
it's
of
not
them
my
are great.
pick, but well,
Yeah,
there's only 2. I think.
I love that one as well. Like Portal does no wrong musically or in any other way ever.
Yeah, absolutely. But what has not been mentioned yet in the music library is some music from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh
Ooh.
yes.
And this is something that is really pumping me up. I could say it's so motivational. It's got everything that you need from a Sonic song. Go fast and just watch the video to the song. The people are just rocking so much. It's so much fun. I always listen to it when I go in my car, and I have to try not to get a speeding ticket. So,
But
love it. This is
officer,
your
I
Go
gotta go
Fast song.
fast.
But don't go too
Yeah,
fast.
absolutely.
And this is a not the game itself, but a symphony recording of.
yeah,
the
yeah, they
song,
had the 30th anniversary symphonic suite. And there's
awesome.
a lot of great songs. The one before that is actually Chowgan, so it's very chill. And then the next song comes up, and you're just, yeah, let's go.
All right. Well, let's go fast together.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, this is some 41.
Blink 182. Yeah. No, Bill.
Bill is correct. This sounds
No.
like AI generated and emo
No.
band singing about Sonic.
It absolutely has a vibe, and it's a music vibe from the era when Sonic was biggest. So it
I mean,
works for me.
It's some 41, and no one can tell me otherwise.
Yeah, it
That's
definitely
exactly
sounds like
what it
that. I thought it was gonna be the Sonic Racing song. I like that one. And why do all the
Sonic has a-
Sonic songs have lyrics? All of them have like lyrics fully.
Is this the
written.
one? What's the kind of cool Sonic that we played that is 3D? Yeah, it's 3D.
Battle
and it starts
Adventure,
on like a
bro.
street, and you're going like down.
Battle Adventure. It's so good.
And there's cars that are like flying everywhere. That track on that stage is really, really good as well. All right, Clint, who just recorded our retro recap along with Garlisle and Shauna. That will be coming to you live this weekend, Sunday, Monday. Make sure to check it out, listen to it, get a recap of the last 20 or so games and episodes of New Game Plus. Clint, we can hear you. You're on the show. Drop your link and tell us what game you selected for Outstanding Video Game Song.
What's up, boys?
Hello, Clint.
Howdy.
Welcome back.
No one mentioned this one yet, and it's a staple. I thought I would bring something iconic, and it needs no introduction.
Ooh, no introduction. So as soon as Professor K gets it up, he can just start it?
We've talked about this one before.
Uh-oh. Oh my goodness.
A lot of people, younger people, will know this song as well because of the meme status that it achieved. I don't know if y'all remember. It's not even a good meme. It was just like things being like launched into the air. Like
And it was
whether
the song that was used?
Yeah, this was the song that was used. Whether it was edited or like something actually floating up or like yeeting up in the air, they used that song.
It's
and
so
I was like,
good.
bro, that's DuckTales.
And it's so early, and it's so good. Clint
It's
said, had to give y'all a treat for being so good. We appreciate it. This is a beautiful song. Love the track. We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You like that lawnmower flying that Juke just posted. That's what it would be playing behind.
Absolutely. I love the variety here that we get everything from 8-bit early games to slightly more modern games that are
Yeah.
like fully orchestral and reversions of songs and original songs, and I don't know, just like music is so good.
BJR, you're coming onto the stage. Share your game and link in the chat.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey, need to do a quick shout out to all of the amazing Mega Man games music that nobody's mentioned yet.
Which is a crime.
Right. But I can't let this end without somebody doing a Chrono Trigger song. So.
So you're also avoiding Mega Man.
Yeah, wait a minute.
There's way too many to pick from for Mega Man.
Calling kettle.
There's so many series that we just aren't even giving credit to that won't come up tonight at all, and it makes me sad. Maybe we'll have to do a part 2.
Maybe the three of us should do our runner-ups at the end, and maybe you'll.
Yeah, but also part 2. I like that.
Yeah, I like part 2.
All right, drop the link.
Okay, sure.
Drop it. Nice.
Oh,
I know
so
this
Chrono
one.
Trigger.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
did a
my
Chrono
favorite
Cross.
boss theme ever.
Any last words before we play? Before Professor K spins it?
It's just a great boss theme. Kind of has callbacks to other songs in the game, and almost has a feeling of Lavos corrupting the other music. It's kind of got like an alien overtaking the other music from the game theme to it.
If YouTube isn't good enough for you and you want to listen to it on OG hardware, you'll get to the song at Lavos's second form.
Peril. Absolute peril. It's a boss theme for sure.
I'm more of a Chrono Cross soundtrack kind of guy.
What?
Okay.
Bro, that's a take.
It's a take.
I mean, they're both
it's
good.
an opinion.
Yeah, but different, and they're
Why
different.
is he such a hater? He can't even say that the best soundtrack in video games of all time is not good.
People were saying Frog's theme, and I don't want to
So
steal.
good.
Hopefully, someone else wasn't saying that, but maybe I would appreciate that one more. I don't have any Chrono Trigger songs lying dormant in my brain or heart anywhere.
They're there. You just don't even know it.
That's so true, Kenny.
Oh yeah.
That's so true. I think Super was the last hand raised. His arm's
Super
probably going
is-
to rot off.
And not to call him out, but he's not a partner, but he's Super, right?
He's
So-
Super. Get him in here.
All right, Super. You better up your pledge. You're coming onto the stage. You can be the representative for all patrons at the $5 level. What is your song, and drop your link. And yes, we can hear you.
Y'all hear me okay?
Don't ask that question. I already told you.
You asked for it. You
Well, I saw some
literally.
people in the chat saying that we need Halo, Mega Man, stuff like that, and I love that so much.
You've got
But
one
I'm
that
here to
mixes
bring
them all?
something- Yeah, I'm here to bring something I would normally not suggest, but it just kind of stumbled across my feed a while ago, and it kind of took me by storm for about a year and a half there.
Ooh.
If you're willing to wait long enough, the drop is at about a minute and a half in.
Oh,
or
we
less.
aren't, but we will check out a portion of it. Thank you, Super. I've never played Xenoblade
I haven't either.
Chronicles X or
X.
10. Is that 10?
It's X.
For Xenoblade. Got fans in chat.
Wait
I'm
for
really
it.
feeling it. Louder.
There was one thing that Super wanted us to hear. Kenny set it up so that we'd be able to hear it, and Nolan talks over the drop.
We heard it.
Nolan talked over the drop. Man, a lot of fans of Xenoblade. I am very upset if this is true. Clint said it actually is Xenoblade Chronicles Cross.
Yeah.
One, that can't be true because that's not a cross. That's an X. And
I mean,
you cross.
Bring that up with the PlayStation controller.
what are you saying right now?
They all know.
I don't know if anyone is able to follow you.
PlayStation also refers to X, the X button, as the cross button.
Do they?
Like internally. That's the proper terminology from the.
Oh, you
yes.
just
that
ruined
can't
my
be
day
right.
if that's true.
It's
Shane
true.
said Japan says X as cross sometimes.
Yeah,
and that's
it's a
crazy because
Japanese
I didn't
thing.
know that countries speak.
Y'all are so stupid.
Love it. That actually is great. I wonder if I would like those games. Someone that knows me and my taste needs to tell me.
I don't know. I don't know the game well enough.
I think you would.
If you are not a partner and would like to submit a couple songs real quick, and I'll try to scroll through and grab a few. I know that Garlisle had messaged me and gave me 2. Let me just read Garlisle's. I'll give you a link. Here, let's do a non-vocals one. Kenny, I'll give you this link while I read this. Actually, let me drop the link so Professor K can get ready. This is
Thank you.
Garlisle's message.
Proper name.
Zero surprise, Final Fantasy 14. A lot of Final Fantasy music gets a ton of attention for good reason, but 14 somehow gets very little outside of the player base, despite having an incredibly talented team and the largest soundtrack of any game. Which, by the way, Garlisle, I think that's part of the problem. There are literally hundreds of songs on this soundtrack.
Too many.
Yeah, there are too many. And I've listened to some of these. Some of these Final Fantasy songs from 14 and onward they're like metal vocals, crazy and over the top.
No.
But Garlisle gave 2 options, one with vocal, one without. We're doing the without. It's Lost in the Deep, a dungeon theme carefully balancing a legacy of tragedy with the end of a long journey. Wow.
Okay, I love this. So you're telling me that you're hearing this while going into like a raid?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's I
mean,
no wonder you
dude,
play it so much.
Final Fantasy. What's wrong? There's
something wrong with them.
The music is.
Whoa, Fire Emblem
music is
Awakening.
Too good. We want to do that one next.
Epic Dom has a really good link, guys. I would click on it if I were you.
Let's check out from Epic Dom Fire Emblem Awakenings. Don't speak her name! Exclamation point.
This song's really, really good. That whole soundtrack's good.
Yeah, that's really good. Video game music is best music?
Yes. Kenny,
yeah.
This is my second one.
Kenny, Nolan.
We've got
so this
people in
one
line
is
ahead of you, Nolan.
this one is
no.
The
You're not getting your music played.
Why?
He is if he's talking about it.
Y'all don't even know it. They're going to
'Cause he
demand
owns
you
this
play
show.
it. They're going to demand you
We
play.
skipped people. I'll play it for you when we get to you.
Kenny, I'm redropping links, so I know I'm going out of order, but I'm gonna get as many as possible. This is Toby. This is Anthony.
Yeah, we've heard this one.
Toby.
Yeah, I've got that one up.
Okay, well, don't. I mean, play it. It's Super Mario 64 Dire Dire Docks, which, of course.
This one sounds. What did that person say?
One of the most iconic.
Yeah, it's pretty good, huh?
I made, I don't even remember, honestly, a underwater.
You did. You had to stop for
Oh,
that part.
someone gave lyrics to it that was also ridiculous as well and made me laugh
yeah.
really hard. But yeah, made an underwater theme playlist. I'm sure Super and others helped me make it, and it was stunning. So many good underwater themes. Those are some of the best in any video game. Let's.
Oh God. Now we got a flood. Now
Yeah,
that,
we're not gonna
like,
be able to
we're
get to
linking
all of
stuff that's in chat. Everybody's just linking stuff.
Right, which is great. We're not going to be able to get to all of them. Kenny, I'll share a link that one of our guys did. Here, there you go. Pull that one up. That is Mega Man Battle Network 3 T21 Network is spreading from one of our listeners, Nolan. Wanted us to check this track out. It worked.
So that's playing when you first like are surfing the web or whatever. You know, we played Battle Network, y'all remember, and it's so good.
Why do I feel like this character is Nolan?
What character?
Yeah, what character?
The Mega Man Battle Network 3 protagonist.
What's his name? Lance?
Lan? Drop the
Oh,
C.
close. I was
Lance.
The CE. This one, Kenny, is from Bill, and it's another Final Fantasy track. We'll do just a couple more, and then we've got to bring this to a close. But this is from the Whiskey Dick Bill, Final Fantasy VIII, Eyes on Me. Professor K's, he's
Technical
not as
difficulties.
fast as he used to be.
Y'all can't be like.
Oh, I like that.
It's
What's fun for me, because y'all are dropping me YouTube links, is I'm getting to watch all of the like content that goes with them.
Oh yeah.
Everybody else is just listening to them.
Also, you're
this
like
one,
home-
they're like. There's this dance scene going on that's so good.
Your homepage is gonna
Fireworks
be
in the
blessed as
background.
well. You're gonna have all these
Oh, yeah.
recommendations going forward.
Oh yeah, my algorithm now is gonna be nothing but video game music. Thanks, y'all. I should have logged out first, but I'm glad I didn't. So good.
Can you play this one as we close out? Because I think we've hit our limit. Why can't I? YouTube is cool and I hate it.
No,
All
it's
right, there. Play that as we wrap up.
Yeah.
Just a good little, probably one of the best save.
Good little
musics
vibey, yeah, for the
we've ever
outro.
heard. And everybody, give Professor K a round of applause for all of his DJ work tonight.
Oh, should I hit
This is
the
fir-
sound effect button?
No, please
I'll
don't.
do it.
This is the first time you've heard it from him, but not the last. He got high on power tonight.
He did a great job. Great
It's
job.
true. I like having control of things.
He did do a great job, and there were no technical difficulties leading up to this recording.
No, none at all. We didn't get everything working 14 seconds
Before we hopped
after
in
the
here.
show should have
No,
already started.
We did our due diligence.
Hey, we had a lot of fun with all of you. So cool. We are going to do this one again. In fact, I'm very tempted to try to convince these guys to do this every other expansion pack because
A music one? Just some
video
There's
game
so much
music.
good music.
There's
There
so
really is.
much. I
Yeah.
mean, we could just do it with the Final Fantasy 14 tracks. We've already talked about that. There's so many. But thank you all for being a part of this bonus episode. As you know, expansion pack is by you, for you, and because of you.
Yeah, and so we want to say thank you especially to those of you who are our partner level supporters. These episodes are all about you. So to Casey, George, Heath, Jake, Jessica, Jukinator, Kenny Rules, Onizuka, Rambo Dude, Robert, Sin Doctor, Steven, Zanfernal, and Zoth. Thank you guys so much for being partner level supporters, and we love all that you do.
And sincerely, a thank you from us to all of you for your support on Patreon. Until next time, I'm still Dustin.
I'm still Kenny.
I'm Nolan.
And this has been the New Game Plus expansion pack.